Hello, everybody. This is Sarah Palmer, the Permission to Choose speaker and coach, and I am back with our first day of HALTtm. So, if you didn't already listen to yesterday's HALTtm introduction, then I got you. We're doing our HALT all week. Every day, we're talking about a different part of self care, and today we're talking about H, not heroin. We're talking about H, hungry. So when I'm talking about self-care, I'm talking about what are the things that I need to have lined up so that the choices that I make every day are as solid as possible. So whenever I make a choice, it's actually coming from a place of balance and something to do with being rational. That when I make a choice, it's coming from someplace legit and not a reaction. Because reacting means just if I throw a ball at your face, you're not like, I wonder why Sarah did that. You're either going to knock it out, you're going to catch it, whatever. That's a reaction. Reactions are automatic and they're great. They keep me from driving my car into somebody else by accident. It keeps me from having balls hit my face all the time. Basketballs. Come on now, people. But reacting doesn't work when I'm around other people. Reacting tends to really mess up how I react with other people. My relationships get messed up when I am reacting. I need to respond. And when I look at my HALTtm many times during the day, I can get a chance to take a look at how am I doing, and when I have to make choices or decisions, do I get to respond to it and actually have some things going on where I have the best possible foundation and then go from there? Or am I still working on reacting, which is you do a thing, I do a thing. Someone does a thing, I do a thing. You don't do a thing, I do a thing. Like, that's not really going to be how it's going to work. That's not going to be super helpful. I'm going to piss myself off, and I'm going to piss off everybody around me. I'm going to make myself feel guilty. I'm going to make the people around me feel guilty. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to make it easy for them to be angry. So instead, by keeping track of my HALTtm, and by the way, I'm going to show you how to do that, we get a chance to do better self-care. Because when we do actual self-care, then we can actually show up for ourselves. I know you're waiting to hear, when we take care of ourselves, we can take care of other people. Yes, that is true. When we take better care of ourselves, we can take better care of other people. But I'm really here to tell you, when we take better care of ourselves, we take better care of ourselves. The fact that we can be useful to other people is swell, hooray! But that's not the point. My whole point is not to be a machine for other people's use. My job is to take care of Sarah because Sarah is worth it by myself. If I don't do anything for anybody the rest of my life, but I take care of myself, I'm doing a damn good job. My worth is not dependent on how much service I can give to someone else, even if I love them more than anything in the world. I have to start with me. And for our HALTtm, H is the first letter, and H is hungry. So I have to look at, during the course of the day, a bunch of different times, how is my hunger? I mean, when I don't eat, and I do forget to eat during the day when I'm in the middle of doing stuff like for my coaching, when I'm about to meet with a client, or if I'm getting ready to speak to a group or do some training, it's really easy to kind of fall into the whole okay, let me get this done and I'm going to connect this and let me pull this resource and oh my gosh, the story that I had with this person fits perfectly. Let me get that sketched into my notes. And I look up and it's been 3, 4, 5, 6 hours before I've had something to eat. I know, that's kind of weird. I'm not somebody who normally forgets to eat, except when I'm in the middle of doing stuff that I really love. If I haven't eaten in a long time, though, I have found my clients also say they get a lot more overwhelmed more easily. When I have 3 things on my list of things to do and I haven't eaten for a while, all of a sudden it feels like 30 things to do. I had a client tell me that if she didn't eat regularly, like every 2 or 3 hours, something, usually some proteiny thing, handful of peanuts, an apple, honestly, whatever you can find. I don't friggin' care if it's like a Snickers, because, you're not you when you're hungry. See, even Snickers understands. When you have that hunger taken care of, then you can make such better decisions. When you take care of your hunger, then you can take care of you. Hey, Ariana, how are you? I'm so glad that you are here. I'm giving you a wave. Hello, Terrible Drawings 98. By the way, your name is fantastic. I should have had Terrible Drawings 97, and then we could be buddies. So for HALT, I'm talking about ways to do self-care, and today I'm talking about H. H is hungry. How am I keeping track of what I'm eating? Am I eating enough? Am I eating too much? When I have way too much food, then I am usually angry at myself, and that means that it's going to boil on over to every friggin' person around me. It's going to boil into me, and I'm going to make really angry choices at myself. And that's just what hunger is. Hunger is a way to give me fuel so that my body, keeps moving. Real hunger is also like I get to eat. I get to eat really good food. I get to eat food I enjoy. I get to eat food that might make really good sense for me, or it might not. But the point of hungry in the self-care isn't to say if you're not eating celery, then you're a bad person. You're not taking care of yourself if you have a Snickers every once in a while, or a Snickers every day. To be honest, I don't care. Have a Snickers twice a day. That's you. What I'm saying is when we don't eat, we make shitty choices. The end, period. If I'm trying to do better self-care, I have to give myself the strongest possible foundation. I'm a woman in America. I am already getting screwed 3 ways to Sunday. I do not need to be adding myself to the screwing. I need a solid foundation. When I'm eating well, I can make better decisions. And that means that I'm going to check it out during the day. My hunger, real easy. Have I eaten recently? Because if I haven't, I'm probably going to be making choices that are not super helpful to me. A friend of mine, right? Ariana said, I love my food. Hell yeah, I love my food too. I love eating. I'm not somebody who just eats so that my body stays alive. I really love food. Absolutely. And we should love food. The H in HALT, hungry, in the HALTtm, has nothing to do with diet. Eating this, not eating that. It's just, have I eaten? I might say, oh, well, when I eat these foods, I have really lots of energy and then I crash. Okay, well, at least that's a cause and effect. That's not a judgment. I don't believe that any food is good or bad. None of them are like friggin' villains somewhere, like trying to kill a superhero. They're just food. But I find some foods are going to give me energy. Some foods are going to screw me over really fast after a time. And I bet a bunch of you out there can name foods that you're like, yeah, I loved it going in, didn't love it so much coming out. Just saying is all. So when I'm looking at hungry, I'm looking at how that affects the decisions that I make for my own self-care. I have a client who says that when they were little, they used to get super friggin' angry in school. Like they used to be like literally throwing chairs when they were in elementary school. They were mad. They'd be like, no, I'm not doing that. You can't make me. Like screaming. Oh my gosh. They got in trouble all the time. They had an awesome principal. Principal loved them. They were the sweetest kid, but oh my gosh, they would get in these huge, screaming, angry, nothing would calm them down situations. And then she said her mom went in and had a conference with the teacher and the principal because, hey, you can't have that happen. I was a teacher for a long time. I saw kids like that. But the mom went in, talked with the teacher and the principal, and the mom said, when is this happening? And the teacher, awesome, said, have you tried, let's see. The mom says, around when this is happening is when? And the teacher checks into her records, because bless her, and said, usually around 10 or 11 in the morning, like late morning. And the mom says, I bet you $100 she's hangry. That like she just doesn't have the energy to do what you're asking her to do. I bet if you give her a snack around like 10, you won't have any more problems. Now, this mother was not the one that's like, oh, my daughter makes no mistake. She walks on water. If there's a problem, it's your fault. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the mom said, I bet she's hungry. And she can't make the choices you want her to make because she just doesn't have any freaking foundation right then. My client never had problems as a kid after lunch. She was fine. But it was that before lunchtime, like when the hobbits would have second lunch, or second breakfast, I think is what it's called. Between lunch and breakfast, she was lost because she just needed something. So the mom bought like some granola bars, like God bless Quaker granola bars. And my client said I used to have one like every morning, right around 10. I'd like pop over to my backpack. I'd eat it. It wasn't like a, I get something nobody else gets thing. And the behavior stopped. She said, I don't know what changed. Like, I just suddenly felt like I had gotten so much more mature in like second grade. And it was because she was hungry. So I want you to think, when's the time that's happened recently, especially since this all bullshit is going on? When have you just felt like melting down and then went, oh shit, when's the last time I ate? Like, when's the last time I put food in my face hole and then got something to eat and felt better? It is huge. It's why it's the first letter for HALT. HALTtm, hungry, angry, lonely, tired, thirsty, meditation, medication. It's 1M. So we started with H, hungry. If you take care of H, hungry, then you are at a great point. Now I'm going to make that the same type of recognition, the mentions I made yesterday, which is I'm talking from a whole lot of privilege. I have the choice of all sorts of foods. My boyfriend went to Aldi's today. We have like bananas. I know it sounds very exciting. We have cereal. We have yogurt. We didn't have it because we ran out. So I'm saying I get that I have food, that I can choose what I want to eat when I'm hungry. I know that. And I'm also saying that a lot of people don't have that option. And that might be you. You might be at like, yeah, we're at beans now. I can't freaking stand beans. This is where I'm at. This is all I get anymore. And I understand that. I hear that. And I want to make sure that other people hear that. That saying, oh, well, just go get something to eat doesn't work when you don't have a lot of choices about what to eat. And that's where I hope you have access to food pantries. Or the free little, sometimes like churches will have like free little take something if you need it types of tables. And I'm saying that so that those of us who have lots of options right now and have a budget that has stretched as wide as the friggin' Grand Canyon in terms of food lately, that we make sure we're donating money to organizations that help provide food for people. I don't need to buy like an extra box of mac and cheese for my local food bank. They could get that box of mac and cheese for like 15 cents. What they need is my money, because then they can buy a whole bunch of stuff for a very small amount of money. Like they can get way more goods than I can. So I'm saying if we want to take care of ourselves, then H is hungry. And if I want to have the opportunity to make better decisions for me, so I can take better care of myself, those of us who have that money to share, kick over to your local food pantry, to your food bank. I know on their homepage they're going to have a donation thing. Give them a little bit of money today. Because how nice would it be for you to not have access to food and for somebody to be able to provide things that you needed by donating money to a food bank so that you can get food, so that you can stay healthy when you need to. so that you can make better decisions and other people helped you out. Those people could be us. And if you are struggling with food, I hope you reach out and get what you need, because no food, no hungry. When we're hungry, our decisions are shit. They just are. So hunger. Check during the day. I see in the comments that I've had people say, I feel better once I eat. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. I have energy when I eat. Holy shit, who'd have thought? And somebody else said, I was angry at my brother and I didn't eat lunch since like the day before. Yes. Now, what I'm not saying if you eat, then you're like going to float through life like friggin' Snow White. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when you eat, you can make choices that you are proud of to take care of yourself, not choices where you're reacting. Remember, when you react, that means someone does something, you do something back. Boom. Keeps us alive sometimes, screws us over sometimes. When we have that opportunity to, it's better to respond, to take a second or an hour or even a day before I come back to something, as long as no one's on fire. And in these cases, if my hunger is taken care of out of my HALTtm, out of my self-care, my hunger's taken care of, I can respond, not react. So if you have any other questions, make sure you check out my video from yesterday that was the intro to the whole IGTV series, the HALTtm series. Make sure that you have followed me on the Instagram at Sarah Palmer Speaks. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment. And I am so excited to give you our A for angry tomorrow, because you know we're going to have some stuff to say about that, okay? I will talk to you later. I am Sarah Palmer, the Permission to Choose speaker and coach. And today, I give you permission to take care of your hunger. And if you can, take care of somebody else's too. Hit up that food bank, drop them a little bit of money, drop them a lot of money if you got it. Okay? I will see you all soon. So excited. Love you all, okay? Bye.